Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 Week 9 Look at the Mecca Conference. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow.
And Matt, this next game is Hough 6-1, 2-1, going over to play A.L. Brown 6-1, 3-0. And the first these teams have not played ever before, to my knowledge. Of course, Vance is not that old of a school. They definitely didn't play last season, and I don't believe they've ever played in the history of the school.
Okay.
Last week, of course, Hough lost to Mallard Creek, 38-21, and A.L. Brown just, as expected, dominated Robinson 61-6.
Right.
A.L. Brown's sitting there tied with Mallard Creek, and they win this ball game. They're still right there in the hunt for first place in the conference. Huff's got to worry about now keeping step and trying to, they can't fall 2 games back or they'll have no shot. I find it hard to believe that even a one-loss team in this conference will have a shot at being conference champion, but certainly not a 2. Other than that, the computer says Hough over A.L. Brown by 28. I don't believe that for 1 second. I think, Hough, your computer's wrong there. I think this is going to be a lot closer ball game. I think this is a game that, A.L. Brown, the biggest thing here is going to be, can Hough exploit A.L. Brown's defensive weakness? Because that is their weak spot, is on the defensive side of the ball. Now, A.L. Brown showed great coaching in their adjustment in that Vance game with their defense and shutting Vance down. Of course, I also think depth may have had a little bit to play a role in that as well. Brown's given up a lot of points to a lot of teams this season. They are young, and so Huff's going to have to find a way to take advantage of that.
Yeah. This game being at A.L. Brown, and I think that the Kannapolis fans are going to be on fire. It's going to be like old times. Mm-hmm. Some people have said it wasn't like that before, but now with this team being 6-1 and a big-time team coming in, and Hough is going to be a nice environment up there. I think the key for Hough is they've got to value the football. 7 turnovers last week, and most of them, I think they had 4 interceptions and 3 fumbles, so they happen in a variety of ways. Mm-hmm. Doing that against A.L. Brown, they have a good defense. I think the defense actually matches up well with A.L. Brown here, but still, you can't have these kind of turnovers, and especially in a big road game in this type of environment, expect to win the game, no matter how good you are. I think offensively, they also got to attack the edges. Vance had a lot of success getting to the outside, mainly in the first half of that game with A.L. Brown. But, Hough can attack the edges in a couple different ways, not only in the run game, but the bubble screen, sweeps type stuff. Josh Stilley's not going to really hurt you running the football as a quarterback, but I really do think maybe some screen passes, some stuff that'll get outside in the space, against A.L. Brown would be a good thing. I think the key for A.L. Brown, you got to establish the power run game. Mallard Creek killed Hough with the run. We've seen A.L. Brown be able to do that against Vance already. They got that big fullback, I think number 9, I believe. I don't know his name, but he comes in the game, they're coming downhill. They don't hide it. Mm-hmm. And I think they can establish that, and then they can build off of it. Coach Newsom does a really good job of building his play calls off of things that he's already shown in the game. Off of that power run against Vance, he ran a nice bootleg play-action pass and hit one of the backs out in the flat for a huge gain. So that's the kind of things I think that they're going to have to do against Hough, because if they match up straight across the board offensively versus Hough's defense, I think Hough has the advantage there in terms of athletes. But, Newsom is great with play calling and matchups and such, and getting the right personnel in against, the matchups he likes to see. So it's going to be a really good coaching battle with him going against Coach Collins. Newsom being an offensive guy and Collins obviously being more of a defensive guy. So it's going to be real fun to see that chess match there. I think it's going to be a real good ball game. I really do. And right now, I give the early edge to Hough, but I think A.L. Brown has a real good shot here, depending on Huff's psyche coming off of this loss as well.
You know, I think that whole mental thing, and then seeing now the K may not intimidate them, but
I don't think they'll be intimidated.
the K intimidates a lot of, or makes a lot of kids that have had to play A.L. Brown think. In this case here, they have no history with each other. So that K on the side of the helmet means probably nothing. Wonderland will be a great place for a ball game Friday night. So you guys enjoy it. Kannapolis fans, you're getting a pretty good ball team to come in who might be a little down after their big beating last week. So enjoy the game.